Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exile Magpie.
Hello!
Stuff?
Stuff happened.
Stuff happened. Okay, the first thing I actually want to talk about, I think this is probably the biggest one. The rest aren't really massive. But, Star Citizen.
Mm-hmm.
That game that's never actually going to come out.
But is.
But is.
Yeah.
So you know how, like, whenever they release like a new patch and all that sort of stuff, basically everybody who's like crowdfunded the game, given how much they've given,
they get shit like the stuff they bought.
No. They get to go in and they get to like come on and see all the changes and have a bash.
They get first dibs.
Yeah, have a bash at like the beta 92.4 something, right? But the problem with this is that like what would happen was too many people would go in.
Yeah, and
service would crash.
Yeah.
And so now Star Citizens have come up with an idea. And to be fair, it's not a bad idea.
It's the
execution that's the problem.
Yeah.
And you're going to understand why the execution is the problem in a moment. So, what they've done is they've basically said that you can go in sort of waves.
Yeah. Which
is not a bad idea. I think if you do it right, it
basically mitigates the issue.
The America server, EU server, certain times people can go in. Guess what you have to do to get into these waves?
Pay money.
Yes.
These are people who have already spent a lot of money on
the
game.
Yes. There's a lot of money spent on Star Citizen. It is the most expensive game. I think it's the most expensive game. I know Genshin's pretty expensive to run, but I think Genshin is the most expensive live service game.
Yes, but also Genshin is technically a finished game. Like, it is an end product. Yes, they're adding stuff on, like Fontaine has just been released and all that. But the game as itself is a finished product.
Yeah. Everything after this is all...
Yeah, it's extra content.
Is extra.
While Star Citizen, as far as I can tell, is still not a released game.
Still in beta. Yeah, Star Citizen is one of the most highly anticipated space games currently in development, combining features from first-person shooters with elements from other games such as Sandbox. While it hasn't yet fully launched, players have been exploring the stars in-game through its alpha version. So it's not even in beta, it's an alpha.
Yeah.
Right? Our version Star Citizen also offers players the opportunity to jump into public test builds of the game. So this is what I was talking about whenever they do like big updates. With Cloud Imperium now announcing a change to its priority system for access. In a post on the game's official forum, a developer described how they've noticed many players only log in once per PTU phase to briefly inspect the latest features or new ships before waiting for the live release, which is, to be honest with you, that's what you should expect. Because people are just going to go, well, I'll just show up and see what's new.
Yeah, I want to see what... Yeah, like if I had access to an early beta of something that constantly gets updated, I'm like, okay, I'm going to dive in, see what's new. If I find interest, I may spend a little bit longer than normal, but it's like, see what's new, test it out, then leave it. Because, again, it's like... The gamers, the people who go in will also know, like, there's so many servers. So it's like, okay, in, check the new stuff, have a little bit of fun with it, get out, so that other people can come in and it doesn't break the servers. You know?
Either that or...
You know, also it's kind of like just wasting time.
Yeah, a lot of us will be... I'm just going to pop... It's only an alpha, so I'll pop in, see what the new stuff is, have a jig about with that for about, 15, 20 minutes?
Depending on
how much is in there.
Depending on how much and also how much fun I'm having. If I'm really having fun, probably an hour.
Yeah. And then leave. Yeah. Like, you're an alpha.
And then wait till that actually gets put on the public build. And then go back in.
or new ships before waiting for the live release. In other words, there are a lot of players within the first few hours of each build's release. The dev went on to state that this high initiate player count comes alongside comparatively high server costs and download provisionings.
Well, yes, but also you make absolutely billions of dollars from selling bloody pixelated ships.
Yes. This resulted in devs having to deal with everything but the sustained playtesting we would have preferred. Star Citizen public test builds have lacked the necessary numbers of testers to put the servers under pressure. Once the most significant bugs have been fixed, to remedy this, Cloud Imperium is making its first changes to its PTU access priority system in 4 years.
Well, here's an idea. Why don't you have a testing team to find the bugs?
Why don't you just let...
You were like...
Yeah.
You know, like they used to have.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it was a shit job, but and didn't pay much. But playtesters have a team dedicated to go and finding the bugs.
You know that thing that like Blizzard and Activision don't have anymore.
Yeah.
And Rockstar don't have.
And Ubisoft.
And Ubisoft don't have. And we'll get to Ubisoft very soon. And Microsoft. According to the and Bethesda.
Pretty much in the entire AAA game industry.
According to the dev update, the team has decided to restructure the PTU's invite releases with a new focus on player activity. The forum post details how, saying that the more often you play and the more experienced and familiar you are with the game and its mechanics, the earlier we'll invite you to enter the PTU. Bear in mind, you have to have spent a certain amount of money to get into this.
Okay, yeah, no, right, okay. The way it sounds is the people who play the game the most get first dibs.
Okay.
Which sounds okay.
Yeah.
However, there's a but coming, isn't there?
New factors like your total play hours and backing history will be taken into account during each wave. Cloud Imperium will review the activity-based allocation system several times throughout the year to ensure we have the most active testers within the first wave. So I think I'm wrong. I thought you were going to have to pay.
It doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like it. I do apologise, although this does still sound pretty...
I'm still waiting for the box.
Because, like, to get into the alpha, you have to have paid a fair bit.
Yeah.
To get in.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I've paid a lot of money to be able to get access to the alpha,
I should be allowed to do whatever.
I should be allowed to get
in whenever I want.
Yeah.
And
like
for how long I want.
It's not like it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, the
if I'm one of
alpha access. It's not like, oh well, if you just buy the game in its current state,
yeah,
you get access to its current state and also the alpha build when they bring it out to test.
Yeah.
It's not that.
No,
you have to spend even more. And if you have to spend more to gain access to the alpha, I'd be pissed as well.
Well, it's not that. I'm pretty sure you have to buy a ship.
Yes.
Right? You have to buy a ship. And I'm pretty sure like the cheapest ship is not cheap.
No, it's like...
I know there's ships like in the thousands.
Oh yeah, there's like the capital ships are just ridiculous. But like the frigates and that are not exactly cheap either. Like,
exactly,
a good few $100s, some of them.
Exactly.
And I think like the $20 ones are like, if there is any, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since
the $20 ones will be like the one man
one man fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, if there are any. But I'm pretty sure you have to buy, like, you can't just have bought a $20 fighter ship to get into the alpha.
Probably not. No. Yeah. See, because I've given up on Star Citizen ever being actually released ever properly. Like, we're gonna have a PlayStation 7 and whatever the Xbox is gonna be called then. By the time Star Citizen goes into beta.
I know.
Not even
released. You know what the weird thing is? Like, Star Citizen has been in development for that long. We have had
It's been in development longer than Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, we've had Baldur's Gate 3. We've got
Elden Ring.
Elite Dangerous.
We've had Elite Dangerous. We've
out.
had Elite Dangerous with a whole bunch of expansions.
We've had Rogue Squadron come out. We've had
Star Wars Squadrons.
Star Wars, that's the one. Rogue Squadrons. I'm thinking of just like random space games.
Starfield's about to come out.
Starfield is about to come out, which
Armored Core
by
6.
the looks of things looks like it's very Star Citizen-y, just not like as expansive.
Yeah. It's a single player instead of multiplayer.
Yeah, but it still looks quite. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's got the same sort of gist.
Yeah, like the giant
The idea
expansion.
you can go off and explore any planet you want
with
a ship that you can build practically to make it look like anything.
Almost, within reason.
Yeah.
I do have to admit, I'm curious about the shipbuilding in Starfield. I'm like, is this actually going to be as comprehensive as I want it to be, or is it going to be Fallout 4?
Well, I've actually seen some people like randomly build things like on its beta and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the looks of things, you can pretty much build whatever you want.
Cool.
Maybe not a Gundam.
Well, no.
But like, if you wanted to make,
I wouldn't want to build.
ship that looks like the old Enterprise, you could probably do it within reason.
It'll look a bit janky.
But you can.
I know exactly the ship you could probably build though. Serenity.
Yeah, you could probably
Firefly.
build that. Yeah, if you wanted to do that.
Yeah. I honestly think you'd probably be able to build the Serenity. And it wouldn't actually be that difficult because Serenity looks like she's held together by rust. Don't get me wrong. I love that ship. That ship is wonderful. But you know, she's an old girl. she's seen some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Star Citizen, it's just like I refuse. I will not believe that game has been released, even if I'm
until
playing.
It actually comes out. even
if I'm playing
it.
I will not if I play it.
I refuse to play it.
Yeah, no.
I refuse to play that game. I refuse to play a game that is most likely going to charge me to play, first off. And then for me to have a good ship, I have to spend nearly $1,000 or over $1,000.
Or spend ridiculous amount
Or
of time.
spend a stupid amount of time because you know it's going to be ridiculous things that you have to do to get even just a basic good ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Which you may actually lose if it gets destroyed.
Yes. No.
Because then you have to also pay insurance. I'm like,
yes.
what the fuck?
No.
Go F yourself.
No.
I'll go back to Star Wars on Star Trek Online where
I would rather buy an Xbox Series X and buy Starfield. I would rather do that than play that game.
That's getting released very, 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 very soon.
Very soon. Only a couple of weeks because it's like the beginning of September it comes out.
Yeah, that's going to be another game that smashes Overwatch's face in.
Oh yeah, that Overwatch is getting absolutely smashed at the moment by pretty much everything.
Deservedly so.
And well deserved. Well deserved. But yeah, so Star Citizen is changing the way you can get into its alpha. I read somewhere, because this is a different article than the one I read, that there was a rumour that you were going to have to like
pay
like $10 to get in
for premium access. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. The way that game is monetized, considering the fact that it's not a finished game, is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I understood at the beginning when people were excited for what it could be, but like it's been in development for so long now, I'm literally not believing it's being released. It'll never get finished.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's like you said, we're going to get to the PlayStation 8 or the Xbox X31 2.4 A, B, C.
The Xbox Series X 720.
Yeah. Or
the Triple X.
The Xbox Alphabet.
The Xbox Triple X. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, and just like no one's going to care about it because it's just going to be like Star Citizen. Everyone's going to go, oh wait, isn't that game from like
the only people that'll care about it are the ones that have always spent all their money on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like I said, I refuse to play a game that's going to make me that's probably going to charge me to play the game in the first place.
Nickel and dime you as much as possible,
nickel and dime
and have the and be like so obnoxious in its attempt to.
I've been playing Blizzard games for the last couple of years. Like I do not need to be nickel and dimed by any other.
And have the shop shoved in my face.
Yeah, I don't need to be nickel and dime anymore. Diablo has killed me. Oh god, I really like Diablo. I really wanted to like Diablo 4.
Path of Exile's coming. Path of Exile 2 is coming.
Know. It's not that. What hurts about it is
that will be everything Diablo 4 should have been.
What really hurts about it is like I really, really wanted to like Diablo 4.
Mm-hmm.
And in a sense I do, because I do like the kind of like aesthetic that it's done. I just think that like Blizzard do not know how to make a good game anymore.
Well, no, they just don't. They just make games to drag money out of you.
Yeah,
that's all they do now. They don't actually design. Then Overwatch 2, I'm convinced now Overwatch 2 was at some point changed from making a good game to making just money.
A shop.
Making a shop.
Yeah.
And the same with Diablo 4. Diablo 4 and Diablo Immortal was basically just making a fucking
mobile game for
a casino. And Diablo 4 is just basically a game that is there to keep people in as much as possible and for trying to force them into spending as much as possible. It is not there. Diablo 4 has at no point been done from a management decision-making perspective at any point been, let's make a great game. It has been, let's make something that gets people to spend money.
Yeah. And speaking about Overwatch, we spoke last week about it. It got review bombed.
On Steam.
Deservedly so. It has been review bombed.
Deservedly so.
The game director, has actually come out and responded to such a thing. I don't know why you would do that. This is more of a No Man's Sky, just bury your head in the sand and get things done situation.
Yes.
But okay.
Yes, but again, you see, the thing is though, is that the people behind No Man's Sky actually wanted to make a good game.
Yeah.
It just didn't work at first. And they over promised and they over committed and they basically bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah.
And didn't know how to get off that bicycle.
Yeah.
But what they did is owned up to like, yeah, we fucked up, put, like you say, got their heads down and turned it into what it is now, which is, is it the greatest game ever? No. Is it fun? Yes.
It's a very good game now.
Yeah, it's a very good game now. Unfortunately, its reputation is what it is, and that's what's holding it back now. But
the thing is, I kind of want to do No More. I want to, because I think I've only done
the very, 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 very
10 minutes of No Man's Sky.
Yeah. It's still a rough start in No Man's Sky because it always puts you on a planet which is detrimental to your health.
Yeah,
and it gets. You have to do specific things, and it's very time consuming, very laborious, and very boring.
Yeah.
But once you're able to actually get off planet, then it just explodes, because then it gives you the whole like, oh, you can craft a base now, and there's this stuff over here, and all this stuff to do.
Yeah.
And there's these interactors.
See,
you can go and kill these pirates.
What I really, because I was thinking like maybe one day streaming it with you. Because like I said, like I've said this a million times, I am not a space flyer.
No.
I cannot stand it.
It
annoys me.
There's also now, I don't know if it's cruisers or frigates, but like there are actual
big
ships that
you
can
ships.
get that multiple people can be in at the same time.
You can get you can even get small ships that have like, you can put 2 people in. Or you can get massive ones where you can have up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. Like I think the newest one lets you build ships that can have up to 12.
That's fucking awesome.
So yeah, it looks really cool, and
again,
I kind of want to do it. So I want to explore.
You do know
but
that
I hate flying.
If we end up building a ship, a big ship, you do know that I will just be shoving missiles on it.
I don't care.
To which the answer to the question becomes, so how many missiles do you need? And the answer is yes.
Right, so I'm going to let you know something.
Yeah.
I do not care.
I know you don't
All
care.
you got to do is put a little turret on there for me, just to like aim and fire.
Oh no, I will. If I can find a way, the weapon system will be just tied to the entire missile complex.
Oh yeah.
So that you just basically point and just see just the space turn into just missiles. I don't think you can actually do that, but I want a game that lets me do that. I want in Starfield to be able to make a ship just full of missiles.
I want to be able to make my block from Kingdom Hearts. That's what I want to be able to make.
Cube.
The cube of just like
death.
Guns everywhere.
The cube of death.
Actually, I tell you what, Starfield, if you allow me to make my cube, I will buy your game. I will buy that game. Anyway, back to Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2.
So he released a statement basically saying being review bombed isn't a fun experience.
Yes.
But it's been great to see lots of new players jumping over Overwatch 2 for the first time, which did
it's
happen.
the whole point of you releasing it on Steam.
Which did happen.
Because the game's dying on Battle.net.
It did bring more players into the thing. He went on to mention that many of the criticisms of Steam were due to downscaling of Overwatch 2's PvE content. Well, yes, you are always got right. Overwatch 2 is always going to have that criticism.
Also, you're not mentioning the thing you cancelled.
Yeah,
the hero missions.
Yeah.
The whole point of the 2 in Overwatch 2. That's why you're being review bombed, because you promised us something, and then you kept promising us after you decided to cancel it.
Well, after you thought that maybe you've got enough money from all the people that have paid.
That's when you announced it. That's when you thought, oh, right, everyone's got the cost sink fallacy of they've spent too much, so they have to keep going. Now we'll let them know that the reason why they're spending all this money is non-existent. Because this is the thing. This is the thing that really pisses me off about them. They knew they have cancelled the PvE as promised before the launch of Overwatch 2. They'd already cancelled it. And they just kept going on about, oh, don't worry, PvE's fine, PvE's coming, don't worry about it. And then, was it March when they announced it? And I'm like...
It was a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and it's... So, yes, you deserve to be review bombed. You deserve to be told, because this is a game that promises one thing and fails to deliver it in any sort of level. Because I've seen the fucking story missions. They're basically archive missions from Overwatch 1.
I've just watched one of the Overwatch streamers play them, and I'm like, right, okay, I've seen it. It doesn't look interesting to me at all.
It has no replayability. It has no, and it's literally like an hour max of content for £15. No.
And a new hero. Don't forget the new hero. And a game mode.
Oh wow!
Which isn't very good.
A game mode that people have actually come out and gone, no, they haven't actually thought this one through. It's not good.
While he recognised the justified frustration on their failure to deliver on their promise, Gallus spoke optimistically about the future of both PvE and PvP in Overwatch 2.
What PvE?
The
story missions.
missions.
Yeah, I know, but let's all be honest. That's all people are getting for the rest of the year.
Though Overwatch 2's reviews on Steam are less than admirable, the shooter still has a very active community. According to the active player, Overwatch 2 saw consistent, steep growth in playership from its launch last October through February 2023. Most months since then have seen a slight decline in activity in Overwatch 2, but its population has remained mostly stable. Since then, despite its criticism, Overwatch 2 has more people playing it today than Overwatch 1 ever did. This is likely due to the game being more approachable than its predecessor. It's not more approachable. That's a lie. As someone who has played Overwatch 1 religiously and played Overwatch 2, it is not more approachable.
No, it's because it's free to play.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
It's because Overwatch 2 is free to play. That's the reason why.
And because it is now free to play. Even so, plenty of players are not happy with Overwatch 2, and Kelly's remarks did little to calm their anger. Many accused the developers' words to be empty. Well, yeah, because it's not even that, right? Basically, the director, any of the developers of Overwatch 2 can now come out and say whatever they want, and everyone's just going to turn around and be like, "But you're just a liar."
Yeah. The thing is, though,
why should we trust you?
His response to this was, "Well, we're just gonna continue on with the plan and make more characters, more maps, and more of that." And I'm like, but your rate of introduction of this shit is glacial.
Yeah.
In comparison to your competition, and also. You still need to rework half the roster because they currently don't work for 5v5. You still, like, Roadhog. Roadhog from day one needed a fucking rework, and he's still not got one. He was supposed to get one last month, and they pushed it back.
Did not push it back to this season?
It was pushed back to this season. As far as I know, it hasn't been implemented.
Oh my god.
And I'm literally like, you took away a tank, so all the tanks that weren't frontline tanks are now not usable. They had to rework Doomfist into something completely different for him to actually.
Doomfist sucks now.
Yeah,
I do not like tank. I thought when they were like, "Oh yeah, we're making Doomfist a tank," I thought, actually, you know what? That makes sense. He's got the giant arm, which he can put up as a big shield, and that kind of works. And then, you know, he does massive damage. And no, he's an awful tank because they've kept him squishy.
Yep.
He's like the squishiest tank. It's just like, what are you doing? Why have you done that? I know, like, the whole idea of Doomfist was like he was a glass cannon, where he did massive amount of damage, but he couldn't take a lot.
That's when he was DPS.
That was when he was DPS, and it worked well that way. Doomfist was like high risk, high reward character.
Also, Doomfist is an anti-Genji pick because his main DPS is not a projectile, which means Genji can't do the deflection shit.
Yeah,
and he can't do half the stuff. You know, Genji doesn't work well against Doomfist. I should know. Because when Doomfist first came out, I tried Doomfist out and I absolutely wrecked Genji. And I'm not a good player. I'm not. I'm a terrible Doomfist player.
I'm awful at Doomfist.
Right? And I just absolutely owned every single Genji that came up with me. Why? Because they couldn't do the damage they're used to. But back to the whole thing of like, oh yeah, we're just gonna stick to the plan. What? The plan of just selling skins in shop for overpriced things? Because that's all you're fucking doing. Like, I'm sorry. The game that Overwatch 2 was promised to people has not materialized, and now will never materialize. And it's not even going to be a shadow of itself. It's a husk. It is there solely to sell skins in the shop. That's all it is. That's all Overwatch is. Because the first thing that it tries to throw in your face is the fucking shop and the fucking battle pass. The battle pass, which is fucking god awful, because 90% of that shit is crap.
Yeah, and the like I've said, the challenges are not fun.
The challenges are just fucking. They make Halo's battle pass grind
look fun.
Good. And Halo Infinite is notoriously bad.
I feel like
not the actual battle pass, but like the way you gained experience for that battle pass. That was notoriously bad on launch.
I feel like it's the same people that did the Overwatch battle pass, did the Diablo battle pass, like literally the same people.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Not like oh well, it was both Blizzard. No, I don't mean that. I mean literally the same people. So David over there, who worked on the Overwatch battle pass, went over to Diablo and worked on the battle pass there.
Do you know who probably runs Blizzard right now? Apart from Bobby Kotick and Activision Blizzard. Do you know probably who runs them? The marketing team.
Oh yeah.
Not the developers, not the people who actually make the actual game.
No, it's the
marketing team make all the decisions. Which makes sense, which if you think about it, makes sense. Because that's why the shop has all the stuff in Overwatch. It's why all the bullshit happens that has happened in Diablo 4. Because it's the marketing team, and they don't care about actually having a good game, because they don't know what a good game is. So they basically go, well, we think we should have this currency, and we dictate the price of this currency, and then we just sell all these skins. People buy skins. People want customization skins, so let's sell them that for $15.
Do you remember?
It's a recolor. Well, $13 then.
I miss the days where you could unlock skins. I miss that.
Yeah.
That was always fun in games.
Oh yeah.
I like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's amazing.
For the PS4, right? I'm not a Spider-Man fan, but like, I generally really liked doing the challenges to unlock skins.
Yeah.
Like
getting the Miles Morales into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, or
which also came with like the whole, it changed his animation.
Yeah, and the Iron Spider costume.
Yeah.
And then the old Steel Spider costume that was from like the 90s.
Yeah, the 90s Steel Spider costume.
The only one that was missing that I really wanted but wouldn't have worked because it would have just looked weird was the Man Spider.
Thing. Yeah.
I would have really liked to see that, but like
Spider.
if you think about it realistically,
it wouldn't have worked. It would have made absolutely no sense.
And plus, he grows when he's Man Spider. He's like 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall, 6 arms.
I mean, you could have that as the cheat character that like just one shots everybody.
You could have done. I would have loved a one shot character, a cheat character for some of the missions, especially when they started introducing multiple Gatling guns. I'm like, oh, for the love of fucking God!
See, that's what I mean. That's why Man Spider is needed.
The thing that annoyed me the most with Spider-Man was at that point was that the Gatling gunners were never in sync.
No.
So they were always, and you know, as is with these type of games, they've got laser fucking focus on you. They will track you to the ends of the earth.
Yes.
So you can't actually you don't have the time to actually attack the Gatling gunners, because if you attack one, the other one hits you and stun locks you, and then the other one hits you and stun locks, and then you're dead. That was the point where I was like, do you know what? No, I'm done. I've got the platinum for the game. I've got the platinum. I'll watch the story of all the DLC and catch up with that, because I'm just done. I don't want this shit.
Ghost of Tsushima, that was another one where you could unlock
costumes,
and stuff like that for him.
Yeah, by just finding stuff around as well.
And you can unlock colours, which actually generally changed the look.
Which Star Wars Jedi Survivor does that. You can unlock customizable stuff.
I miss that. I love that shit. I love give me a reason to actually go out and explore.
Yeah. But like with Overwatch, Blizzard recently, I'm of the opinion that they're shop developers. They're not game developers, because even though there's a hint of a good game in there, it's just inundated with complete shit.
Yeah.
That just degrades the product to a point where it's like, this is not what people liked Blizzard for. This is not a Blizzard, i.e. the old Blizzard.
Well, no, Blizzard is now just the nostalgia.
Yeah.
It brings nostalgia.
It's a shell of itself.
It's for all those gamers that like remember.
In all intents and purposes, right? It's a carcass being puppeted by Activision.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. It's a sad state of affairs, and I wish I didn't have to say it, but that's what it is. You can't point to the recent releases from Blizzard and say, "Oh yeah, they were great Blizzard games."
Yeah.
They are so manipulative and scummy and just awful in the way that they try and force you to spend more money, and it is disgusting.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a company that that protected and hid abusers in their workforce.
Anywho, shall we move on?
Yes.
There's a random Twitter
drama
going on.
Over Starfield.
Sorry, not Twitter, X.
No, Twitter. No one's ever going to call it X, apart from people who...
I'm not on it, so I can call it whatever I want.
I know you can. I'm on it. I still call it Twitter because it makes more fucking sense.
Okay, so there's a weird dust-up going up on Twitter about Starfield.
Yes.
And its starting menu.
Yes. So this all comes from a tweet from, shockingly enough, an ex Bethesda developer.
No, was it not ex-Blizzard?
Blizzard. So, yeah, sorry. Ex-Blizzard. My apologies, I got the first letter right, but again, completely wrong. Ex-Blizzard developer who basically claimed Starfield's opening menu shows either that it's been rushed or that people don't care about it. To which I look now, if you've seen... It's all over the place, everyone should have seen it, but... It is literally a Bethesda starting screen.
Yeah, it looks like all of them.
It looks like a...
It's basically a sci-fi version
of Skyrim, of Fallout,
yeah.
of Fallout 4, of Fallout New Vegas, of the Oblivion, of Fallout 3.
Actually, even still, like, not even just Bethesda, there are tons of games that have that kind of menu.
Here's the thing. I look at that and I go, do you know what? That looks kind of like Alien Isolation.
Yeah. Dead Space has a
it's a minimalistic
menu like that.
It's a minimalistic menu.
Well, it's just a start menu.
It's a start menu. Like,
the only thing you're going to do in there, right, is you're going to go to options. You're going
to go to options.
Get your settings the way you want them.
Yeah, get your settings. If you're recording or streaming, you're going to turn the volume from max down to about 30%.
Yeah.
Because fuck me, do they get loud? But I'm like, look, I have my concerns.
Yes,
I have my concerns about Starfield because of Bethesda being Bethesda.
The thing is, right? Look, we have mentioned our concerns with Bethesda before, right? Just to get to the start menu is not one of our concerns.
No,
at all.
No.
The other thing
this is a little bit pushing it a little bit too hard.
You're going a little bit too hard on this one. This is a bit weird. In all honesty, I would be a little bit curious as to why they spent more time on their start menu.
It does
than
the job.
Really needed.
Like, if their start menu looks nice and does the job, which I'll be honest, right? It looks nice. It does. It does what it needs to be. It's got the title. It's got a spacey background with a sunrise over a planet. What more? And then, you know, in the dark part is where the menu is, and it has all the menu options you expect in a start screen. What more do you want? Yes, when there's games like, I'm trying to think.
Exactly. Name a game that doesn't have that simplest of stuff.
There are. I can't think of one, but I know there are games that have start menus that are a little bit more flamboyant.
But that's it.
I mean, Elden Ring, for example. But then again, it's just the title and
it's just a press start.
For the one I've got in my head at the moment is Valkyria Chronicles because it has like the flame effects and all that. But again, it's like it's not really too much.
Yeah, exactly. It's still very simple.
Cyberpunk, because the style is in the it fits everything in, but we don't know how everything's going to look. Yes, we've seen gameplay and all that sort of stuff, but we haven't we haven't looked into the millions or God knows how many terminals it's going to have with lore drops in there, which could be that font and style for those, which means it'll fit in. It's just, and I don't understand why. This is the thing, like, developers have so much to complain about and bitch about, like the way they're treated by management. The pay is not good enough. The fact that, like, for example, from Blizzard, you know, serious shit like abuse, sexism, misogyny, and all that crap is basically brushed under the table and not dealt with. You've got all this to complain about, and you decide to complain about this, it's just like, just stop. Like we've said, we have our concerns about Starfield. I want it to be good. I want this game to be good because it sounds like my jam. Space exploration with a little bit of a story and the ability to just go off and do whatever the fuck I want sounds completely like my jam. But again, it's Bethesda, and their track record recently has been literally a derailment.
Yes.
So I'm not going to just give them carte blanche to go, yeah, this game's going to be amazing. It could be. It potentially may be. But
you know, to get back to the point,
this is not the
start menu is a start menu. Like, there are so many games with pretty much the exact same type of start menu.
There's nitpicking, and then there's whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah. So, Bethesda, you best get to work on your start menu.
I know.
Right? Because
a former Blizzard dev...
clearly, you clearly don't care about your game.
Clearly.
All right? Which means it's going to be bad. I mean, although, actually, if you think about it, right, you could have a point. They might explain a lot.
Here's the thing. A start menu is just that, a start menu. It's probably one of the first things they decided on.
Like, well, maybe, but like start menu is usually like one of the last things that's actually done on the game.
It's either one of the first things that's done, or it's one of the last things. Because what I mean is like if they just have a template and then all of a sudden they just look on.
Oh no! Right. So basically, what I mean is like, so they'll make a start menu, but it'll just be like your bog standard. Like, it'll be a blank screen.
Bones.
It'll be a blank screen with like a couple of like start game, all that sort of stuff in a menu. What I mean is like the way it looks isn't done until it's usually like the last thing.
Yeah.
Because you've already got the start menu. It's done. You just need to make it look pretty.
Yeah.
That's it.
But what I'm saying is that they could have had like a placeholder, and they've literally looked at the placeholder and gone, do you know what? That works.
Maybe
keep it.
It's nice.
That could be it. But also, it's like we said, they've just decided the start menus we've had for Fallout and Skyrim and that they have worked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So let's not mess with it.
The other thing is that if you've noticed with Bethesda, a lot of their when you do start up their games, a lot of their start menus usually follow along with the logo. So the logo that's actually on your case will be the thing that you see in the menu, which is exactly what's happening with Starfield. It's the exact same. So it's not like Bethesda haven't done this type of thing before.
This is not... That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not... This is a tried and tested formula that Bethesda have done. And it is a case of... This is definitely a case of... It's not broke. Like, one of the few things that Bethesda games don't break is the menu. At least the menu looks... It fits with the game. So, like, why change that?
I want one of the bugs to be that you go underwater and it crashes your game. That's what I want. I want every Bethesda game
considering it's the same game engine that made Skyrim, that bug could still be there.
It could still be there.
But I think we move on.
Yeah, we're going to move on. This is our last bit of news today. Microsoft is rejigging its $69 billion Activision deal to placate UK regulators, offering all cloud gaming rights to Ubisoft for 15 years.
Yeah, it's. I think it might get through, but again, like I said, it's Britain, and we can be stubborn bastards.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, the 15 years. Like, 15 years may sound like a lot, but it's not really.
Oh, no, it's not, but we're talking about money.
Yes, that's very true.
Like, the way corporations run at the moment, like, they're only going to get worse.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to get more and more sort of intrusive.
Yeah.
Because they've been getting away with it.
Oh, yeah.
For so long.
They get away with it until people stop spending money.
Yeah. But the problem is that lately they've been doing it more and more, and they've been getting away with it more. And people are still buying.
I mean, you just have to look at Overwatch 2.
Yeah, that's in the game sphere. Like, look at technology. Look at Apple with all the shit that they've done.
Oh, yeah.
People are still go absolutely apeshit over an iPhone. Microsoft, people go crazy over new... Whenever they... Well, actually, no. It's a completely different thing with Microsoft because people are like, well, how are you going to break my PC this time, Microsoft?
Oh, yeah. We've just had a Windows update. Okay, what setting did you break?
I will admit, the new one that's on my PC is what, Windows 11?
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah. I haven't had any problems whenever it's updated. Thank fuck. Windows 10 was the most annoying thing ever.
Right, so Windows 11, it's not great. It's not. But it's usable.
Yeah, no,
but,
all I'm saying...
But I still have the problem I have when I had Windows 10, which is whenever there's a fucking update, my settings for my fucking recording, it basically goes, your default microphone is it's a snowball, guys. Your default microphone snowball. No, it's not that now, is it? It's just this inbuilt microchip on the motherboard.
Yeah.
It's like, for the love of God, I've told you the default thing is my snowball. I haven't
had that problem.
I know, but
with any updates.
Every single update. After I have to go back in and go, no, this is the default.
So back to my point. Sorry, back to my point because got a little bit of change.
Yeah.
In 15 years' time, they probably will get away with it.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Apart from Call of Duty, see, we used to go on about like, well, we're not just talking about Call of Duty, we're talking about Bethesda. Not Bethesda. Blizzard. I mean, granted, Bethesda are also now part of Microsoft, blah, 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 etc., etc. Blizzard. But I'll be honest, if I never play another Blizzard game ever again, I don't think I'll be missing out.
At the moment, yeah.
I honestly don't think I'll be missing out. That company, Activision Blizzard, needs to be actually like gutted.
Oh no!
It needs to be
detoxified.
Yeah.
Like it needs people in yellow suits to go with the weird radiation cream that they like spray on people when they've been too close to radiation.
Yeah.
Then it needs that. They just need to go in the building and just like throw so much foam in there that the glass breaks and it just all comes out and it's looking.
and start with Bobby Kotick. Because
start in Bobby Kotick's office with Bobby Kotick there.
Kick him out. Which, by the way, I'm still holding Microsoft to it if this deal goes through.
No, the
deal's going through. I have a feeling the deal's going to go through. The fact that they've said, yeah, we're going to release Call of Duty on PlayStation
for 10 years.
The foreseeable. I think it's 10 years they've said, but I can't remember, so I'm saying foreseeable. The fact that Sony, I think, have decided, okay, so this is going through, there will be a chance that either A, they're going to fuck us over with Call of Duty.
No. They are going to fuck us over.
Yeah. And B, when the time runs out, they'll just stop the development for PlayStation.
Which is also what's going to happen.
Yeah. What they are doing is potentially setting up something to go up against it.
Yeah.
Because I know they've hired someone who worked on one of the Call of Duties.
I think they hired some old Respawn devs.
Yeah, they've hired some old Respawns. And also the fact that they've got Bungie.
Yeah, Bungie there for their multiplayer and the live services.
Who made Halo. Because I've got a feeling Destiny 2 might not be going on for much longer. But that's just me. I may be completely wrong.
Oh no, I do get the feeling that we're not gonna have Destiny 2 for much longer, and possibly get Destiny 3, which is gonna be a PlayStation exclusive.
So I think Sony are like preparing a backup plan.
Yeah.
For when Microsoft pull the bullshit. Because Microsoft going to pull the bullshit. Because
Well, I mean,
Microsoft.
they've already started doing it. It's just to the fan base at the moment.
So I think the deal's going to go through. The issue is this: the UK authorities basically said Microsoft's cloud gaming deals that they've put forward are timed, and they didn't like that. And Microsoft all have done really. I mean, yes, it is in business terms a big shake-up of what they were planning anyway, but all they've really done is gone, we're just adding an extra 5 years to this.
Yeah.
That might be enough to sway them. It might not. And this is the one, like, this is the thing that this is now, like, the final hurdle.
Yeah. And
I'm getting really pissed off at the people that are going, oh, well, Microsoft should just pull out of the UK. Monopolies are not good, people, you stupid idiots.
All right, then. Let them pull out.
Also, if a multi-billion-dollar corporation has a hissy fit and pulls out of an entire country because they told them no, you can't have a monopoly on this product, then I don't want them in my country, thank you very much.
Also, they're not pulling out of our country. Do you have any idea the tax benefits they get from us?
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, they ain't pulling out of this country. Like, fuck off. They're a $1 billion corporation, and they literally only care about the money that they're saving.
It was all bark and no bite from Bobby Kotick when he had that hissy fit.
Yeah. And hey, look, maybe they will pull out of the UK or whatever. But
I'll be honest, right? Especially if Starfield turns out to be rubbish, and I hope it isn't, but if it does turn out to be rubbish, what exactly does Microsoft actually have that is decent? Seriously, like, the last thing they released that was actually anything of any general good was Hi-Fi Rush, and they decided to ghost ship that.
Yeah.
Like Redfall, an absolute pile of garbage. Halo Infinite could have been so much better. It turned out to be an absolute pile of garbage, and also was not what the Halo fan base wanted or deserved or needed. I'm literally starting to think, because like I said, like Call of Duty. I'm not a Call of Duty. I used to be. I used to play that game religiously, but I'm sick and tired of the whole bullshit monetization crap that they throw into that game, and the fact that like everything is now focused on the battle royale mode is just a frustrating for me, because it's like, this is not what I want. Granted, the Modern Warfare campaigns have been great, but Vanguard was absolutely crap.
Yeah, it was.
It was god awful.
No, there's Modern Warfare 3 coming soon.
Yes, Modern Warfare 3 has just been announced. Is that the next one, though?
Yeah, that's the next one.
So Sledgehammer ain't going to get another game out. Okay. Anyway. But apart from that, like I said, I don't think I'll miss not being able to play a Blizzard game now.
No.
Like, hell, Microsoft could go full bullshittery and go, oh no, the Sony servers for Overwatch 2's gone off. Oh no, oh dear. And I'd be like, oh great, good.
Alright.
Thanks, buddy.
Peace out.
Thanks. You've actually given me absolutely the perfect excuse to never touch that game ever again. Thanks. Wonderful. Great. You've done me a favour, mate.
But yeah, they're selling it to you. They're giving it to Ubisoft.
Well, you know, if there's any other company that protects its abusers, like the Catholic Church, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So you know they're perfect buddies together.
That's very true. You got a point there. You got a point.
Fucking Ubisoft.
But yeah, I think the deal's going to go through. I think this is probably going to speed up a little bit.
So they've given it a deadline of October 5th or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the British government, if they're known for one thing, is moving slower than a glacier.
Oh yeah, they're terrible at this. We are literally the worst. at doing this sort of stuff.
I mean, and what's even worse is that our current government literally is just sitting on its ass doing nothing.
Because it knows it's not going to win the next election.
Yep.
So it's refusing. It's basically being like a petulant child going, no, I will not do it. No. I'm not going to eat my broccoli.
No, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to call an election. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do anything like that either. No, I'm not going to change anything. No. No one likes me. It's not fair. Why doesn't anyone like me?
Yeah. But yeah. So, we'll get a little bit of more news onto the Microsoft thing.
Yeah.
It's nice to finally just be over and done with.
I just want the Xbox fanboys to just fucking shut up.
Like, look, most of them don't even know what they're talking about.
I know that.
This is what I was saying.
I know, but the thing is though is that for some reason, probably because I've been like not following, but like reading people who've been tweeting about not necessarily this, but other like gaming news and all that. I get it thrown in my timeline, and I don't want to read this shit. Yeah. I don't care about this. I want to go back to my fan art and wholesome dog cartoons. Stuff. And dog videos. Yeah. That's what I want to go back to. My timeline is perfectly happy being like that.
Luckily for me, because I don't have Twitter.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I was able to just like go through as in the news, just follow it along properly. And this is why I've come to the conclusion that nobody actually understands what a monopoly is anymore.
Yeah.
Like people generally think Monopoly is just a board game.
They think all gaming companies under very few roofs is a good thing. No,
this is why when you start thinking about like that, when you realise that people don't actually understand this, you start to realise how Disney got away with buying all those studios that they bought
and
buying Fox,
the Fox takeover.
Yeah, like you actually really understand how they did it because people somehow think that less is better when it comes to customer choice.
Yeah,
and it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, so
because we are going to get to the point where Microsoft's going to do what they said they're going to do.
Yeah, bullshit.
They are going to price out. They're going to outspend Sony to the point where Sony can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be the only game in town.
And then
all of a sudden, they're going to jack up the prices.
All of a sudden, that Game Pass that you used to spend at a reasonable price, we've just doubled the price because we have to, make up all our money that we spent recently.
Yeah.
We have to make a profit, guys.
All the prices are going to jack up. Disney are going to do the same.
Oh, you wish you could. Oh, that game that was 2 weeks ago, $70. Now it's $100.
Disney will do the same because
what do you get? Nothing except us giving you the finger.
What have you got? You've got Disney, Warner Bros, and Paramount.
They're the big,
they're the big ones, and I think there is Sony with Columbia Pictures.
Columbia Pictures, yeah.
I'm struggling after that. New Line Cinemas, yeah. That's more out us though.
Yeah.
New Line's I think based over here. It's not an American company.
Yeah, just think about the absolute shit show that that Hollywood's in right now.
Yeah. And
it's all from the executives of the big fucking production companies going, we don't want to pay writers. So what we're going to do is we're going to get them to write a tiny little bit and then we're going to make an entire script from an AI based on that one thing. So that we can just pay them for
My argument to that is like, right, your writers right now are shit. And you think that you're going to take their shit writing, put it into a computer, and the computer's going to magically make it better. All that's going to happen...
It's just going to be even worse.
It's going to make it even worse.
It's, like, I know it's not exact like for like, but it's like when you take a photocopier and a photocopy picture, and then photocopy that photocopy, and then photocopy that photocopy, and then photocopy that photocopy.
Yeah,
it degrades. It gets worse because... I can't remember what the principle is, but it basically a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah,
and this is like this whole push for AI to do the creative arts is just the most corporate
bullshit.
Again,
this is another thing. Well, this is mainly because corporate people, the corporate, like you said before, where it's more marketing people, right? Corporate people don't understand what art actually is.
No,
like art is supposed to be an expression of one person or of something that's going on, or it's supposed to be humans reacting to things.
Yeah,
you are supposed to get a feeling.
It's a person putting. In a sense, say a painting is a person putting a part of themselves on that painting. Like Van Gogh's, is it The Starry Night?
Yeah, the best painting in the world, Van Gogh's Starry Night.
Yeah,
is beautiful. A robot could never make that painting.
They can copy that, which is what the AI is doing.
Yeah,
but they can't. They could not take a literal memory from Van Gogh and paint that.
It couldn't come up with something original on its own.
No.
It couldn't,
because it's not programmed that way.
And you can't put in feeling that a lot of art has.
Yeah. And it goes the same with... It's like I've seen the friggin' Secret Invasion opening, and it is ugly.
Oh, you don't even want to know about the show. The show's bad.
The show is bad. Oh, I know that. I know the show's bad. But the opening is done by AI.
Oh yeah.
And it is fucking ugly.
Yeah.
It is absolutely it is just garbage.
Of course it is. It's like the cheat. It's not even. The thing is, it's not even good AI that's probably done it.
No.
It's like your bare bones.
That's the thing. Is you need to spend money to make an AI that will actually do something, either money or time. And the current crop of CEOs in the creative space don't like spending money, and don't want people to spend time on it.
No.
It's literally get it done as quick as you can, get it out the door so it can be sold.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to be shit.
But this is the thing that we're dealing with now. We're dealing with people. We're dealing with a lot of people in the higher ups and a lot of people in the public that just don't understand what things are.
Yeah. But also
you've got a lot of people in the artistic crafts space who like to pretend that they know what they're talking about. But they don't. They have absolutely no fucking idea.
And then there's those that are the freaking grifters who are going, oh no, you need to get on the AI bandwagon.
And then you've got the grifters who basically just want to scam you.
Yeah.
Into doing.
They've
things.
moved. You'll notice that these are the same people that have
that were
moved on from NFTs to now AI art because they can't actually do anything creative.
Yeah.
They can't actually do. It's like. There was someone writing about they knew someone who was going on about they do AI art, right? And they refused to tell people how they went about making the AI art because it's basically a bunch of words. And if you that's the thing is you basically type in something and the AI makes a scene of what you've typed. It's basically that. So you can't tell anyone what you wrote to make that image because then someone else can make that exact image by doing the exact same sentence.
Yeah.
Right? While an actual artist has no qualms showing their art and how they do their art to other people because they know, one, it takes an awful lot of time and effort to get to this level of their art, and two, that person may be inspired to do art similar to them, but they can never 100% duplicate that art.
Yeah.
That art style. There will always be something that person does differently that turns that art style into their own.
Also, a lot of artists have their own secret thing that they put into the art.
Yeah, no, but the thing is that they don't hide it.
Oh no! What I mean is there's a lot of artists that they do something specifically that is their own thing.
Yeah. That
nobody else would think of doing.
Yeah, but they don't hide it because it's no, art is meant to be inspiring. It's meant to make people think and all that, and the AI art is just basically, I just merged all these pictures together and they turned out like this.
Woo.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, we're living in a point where I don't think people understand what things actually are, especially when it comes to like the corporate side of things.
Yeah. I've had conversations with people at work where like I've said when they've only just discovered like AI art and they're like what is it about, and I basically tell them like this is what AI art is and what it does to make the image. And then they go, oh wait, so it steals.
Yeah.
Because it can't actually create a thing from scratch. It has to take references from others and then merge them all together to make something else. But here's the best thing. That the big corporations, because they don't think about the long-term objectivity, there have been courts in America, I think in Germany, could be wrong, but they've literally turned around and gone, yeah, anything made with AI, can't copyright.
Yeah.
You can't claim it's your own work because it's not. So, like, all these AI artists, it's like, oh, well, don't worry, I'll just sell that now because it's not actually yours.
It's mine now.
It's not actually yours. You didn't create that. You don't own the rights to that, so you can't you can't sell it. You can't copyright it. You can't sue people who use that image in anything else. You can't do that because it's AI and therefore it's clearly been taken from. It's a derivative of something else.
Yeah, it's like a cover.
Yeah,
a cover of a song.
it's like in a sense it's like a cover of a song. In a sense, but much worse because a cover of a song you can still technically, if you've done enough to change it.
Yeah.
To make it your own, you can still sell and make money off it.
Yeah.
AI art, you can't do that. At all. You literally cannot. Anyone can take that art piece and do whatever the fuck they want with it. So, I think the AI art / thingy will eventually will burst, just like the NFT market.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when. Because already it's got a negative permutation, and even though like the writers that are the major Hollywood studios that are using
Are they still on strike?
Yes, they are still on strike.
It's been a
because
while.
because the plan for the executives.
I know what the plan is. I know what
that's
the
why
it's
it's basically they're trying to bankrupt the writers, right? The problem is that a lot of the more well-off writers and the actors now who have also joined in on the strike, a lot of them are actually like funding the poor ones, so that they can stay on strike. For example, Keanu Reeves, Tom Hanks, Ryan Reynolds, and a few others of like your top, like The Rock, your A-list Hollywood stars, right? Have actually donated $1 million each into the fund.
Yeah, that's all right.
So it's
they can all afford it.
They can all that's why they're doing it, because it's like I can go on strike and not. I don't need to be on strike.
Yeah.
I don't need to be working. Per se, I've got The Rock's money, I've got Keanu Reeves' money.
Right, now, have you not seen like how much like Ryan Reynolds makes just like outside of acting?
Yes, I know. Like
Jesus
I'm,
Christ.
I'm Ryan Reynolds. I have like so much money, and also
I bought a football team.
A non-league football team, but anyway.
Hey, it's in the league now.
It's in the league now, but anyway, but like
Speaking of which, Wrexham 5-5 the last game. Jesus Christ. Get some goalkeepers in your league, please.
I don't think it's necessarily the goalkeepers. I think the fact that it's like Wrexham are literally like, we're just going to go balls to the wall. That's it. We're just 100 miles an hour or stop. That's it.
We may get relegated, but we're going to be entertaining while we do it.
We're going to go Blackpool wise. Yeah.
We may get relegated. But we are going to go.
Do you know what? I think they'll stay up. I think they've got enough about them, and
they've got enough decent players to stay up,
and they're showing enough commitment and never say die attitude that they'll probably get enough to stay up.
Yeah, they were like 3-1 down.
Yeah, they were 3-1 down and ended up drawing for a 5-5. People need to start watching football if they don't understand why people love football. Anyway,
yeah, but I think we'll end it there because we're going on too many tangents.
Yeah.
But actually, before we go, next week we'll probably be talking about the Gamescom.
Yes.
That's tonight.
Also, Armored Core
Armored Core 6 is out at some point this week.
Friday,
yeah. The Destiny Final Shape reveal, gameplay reveal. I watched about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of it.
And then realised it was like an hour long.
And then I realised this is going to be a while, and we really need to do this chat. So I'm going to watch it later. I'm going to be an old man. I'm going to get my glasses on. I'm going to sit in bed with my little jacket on and just watch it there.
Why not?
So I'll do that later. So we'll actually have some decent stuff to talk about next week, because mostly, unless something really drastically bad happens, it's going to be a good week next week.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good chat.
Yeah.
Because we're probably going to talk about Armored Core.
So Activision Blizzard, you're not allowed to do fuck all.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do anything.
Same with Ubisoft. You're not allowed to say or do anything.
Oh, actually, that was announced actually recently. A pretty good thing for any Assassin's Creed fans, anyway. Mirage has actually been put forward a week. So it's coming out on October the 10th.
That's actually a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know why they're doing it, because I'm pretty sure there's another game coming out in October around about the same time.
But the fact that they're happy enough it's in a certain state that they can push it forward a week instead of pushing it back is a good idea.
And Mirage looks really good.
It's a potential sign of confidence. However, also, Ubisoft did release Assassin's Creed Unity.
They did.
So there's that.
But this doesn't have online.
I know, but
things.
Like the stuff that was broken at start on launch wasn't the online stuff.
Right. So do you know what the actual problem was? Although it wasn't the online stuff, it was the online stuff that was causing the problems.
So that's why when they fixed all the bugs, it broke the online.
Yeah.
Oh, and they never fixed it.
No.
Oh well.
That's such a good idea. I'd really like them to actually
It was fun.
Try it out again.
It was fun. Like the whole doing missions together.
Yeah.
It was fun. But oh well, Ubisoft, you can't expect miracles.
I mean, they clearly got it to. They clearly know what they're doing with the multiplayer online open world thing now, because Ghost Recon, not Breakpoint, Wildlands, because it worked, and
Division.
I never had in Division. I've never had really any problems with online.
Well, anyway, we'll leave judgment until Mirage is out, because again, it's Ubisoft.
I'm probably going to get it. It looks like
it's old school Assassin's Creed.
Old school Assassin's Creed,
which is what you want.
I'm a bit annoyed. I'm still a bit annoyed about Red, with it apparently being the way Odyssey and Valhalla is.
Yeah,
I'm a bit annoyed at that, because I'd much prefer a stealthier game as a ninja. Considering,
but the problem is you're not going to be a ninja. You're going to be a samurai.
Yeah, I'm going to be a samurai.
Which is
I'm going to be a samurai turned into a ninja, which is just a no.
Which I will then go. So you're going Ghost of Tsushima, except you're not going to be as good as Ghost of Tsushima.
No. But anyway. So yeah, like I said, next week we've got some decent things to talk about. Gamescom should be pretty good. If we don't watch it today, with me wanting to watch Destiny, we can always watch. Me and you can always watch it tomorrow. Yeah. So it's not a big deal.
We've got a week to watch it.
Yeah. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.